All right, this is our second spring break packet video. All right, and so here we're going to classify how to read the y equals mx plus b, an equation of a line equation. All right, so our first question says y equals -1/3 times x plus 3. What is m slope and what is the y-intercept b? So the slope is going to be the number that's right next to the x, which is going to be -1/3. And the intercept is going to be the number that is by itself, the whole number. And that's going to be 3. Okay? So remember that m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. All right, so our slope here is going to be -4. And our y-intercept here is going to be -1/2 or -0.5. All right. All right. So after you go through those problems in the spring break packet, this should be pretty simple. All right. You should get a problem like this next, where you have a graph, a line, 2-point circle, and they ask you to find the slope, y-intercept, and the equation. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write down the equation. The equation for a slope, which is m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And you're also going to need this equation here, y equals mx plus b. All right, so this equation gives us the slope. And then once we find the slope, we can find the y-intercept just by looking at this picture, seeing where it intersects. Let's go ahead and do that actually. So this is -2 here, and this is -4. So this point right here should be -3. So the y-intercept is -3. So remember, the y-intercept is where the line intersects on the y-axis. So next, let's find the slope. So they give us 2 points. Your points are going to be different from mine. So the 2 points are, this is 6/5. So this is 5 and 6. Go over 5 and then go up 6, 5 and 6. And this point right here is -2 and -6. So over -2 over -6. Okay. So now let's go ahead and put that in this equation. Now it doesn't matter which one you put in first. You just need to make sure you remember that this is going to be x1 and this is going to be y1 and this is going to be x2 and this is going to be y2. All right, and this could have been x1, this could have been y1, and this could have been x2, and this could have been y2. It doesn't matter. All right, you just got to pick it. So now let's go ahead and put it in our equation. M equals y2. Y2 is -6 minus y1. Y1 is 6 divided by x2, which is -2, minus x1, which is 5. And we do the math. This is -6 minus 6, which is -12, divided by -2 minus -5, which is a -7. And when you divide the two numbers, you should get a positive 1.7. And your number on the spring break packet may be an actual whole number. It may not be a decimal. So don't get confused because I got a decimal. I made these numbers up. So our slope is 1.7. All right, and then now we're going to go back to our rules here. We're just going to plug it back into the equation. So the equation is going to be y equals m, which is the slope, which is 1.7, times x plus, so this would be plus, but because our y-intercept is negative, it's just going to be a negative 3. Because a positive times a negative equals a negative. So, and this is our equation. So remember to use the y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 equation to get the slope. And also remember that the y-intercept is the number that is intersected on the y-axis from the line. Okay? All right, thank you.